Anyone else a fat kid growing up? That was me. A little bit about my story. I was the fat kid growing up. I was the kid that everybody made fun of. I was the kid that literally everybody, I don't know what happened in Instagram. It like went bye-byes. But anyway, I was the fat kid growing up. I was the kid that everybody used to make fun of because I was overweight. I was the kid that everybody would call me names. I was the kid that, and you might have been the person. I was the kid that literally everybody would make fun of me just because I was overweight. So because I was the fat kid, Instagram just came back. I was the fat kid growing up, so I just wanted to share. And maybe you could relate. Anybody else the fat kid when they were growing up? So since I was a fat kid when I was growing up, they didn't know my story. They didn't know that my mom was working as much as she could to provide food. And because we didn't have a lot of food, she didn't really know how to cook. She wasn't educated, that kind of thing. It wasn't her fault. She became a mom at a very young age. Not with me, but with my brother and sister. But yeah, she didn't know how to cook. And anybody eat macaroni and cheese and hot dogs. That was one of our go-to meals because of the fact that we didn't have a lot of money. So my mom would make mac and cheese and she would take boiled hot dogs and cut them up and put them in there, and that was dinner. And I became the fat kid growing up because of the fact that I was afraid I wasn't going to eat again. I would clear my plate. I would overeat. And when you overeat and eat stuff like macaroni and cheese and hot dogs, you're going to be the fat kid growing up. So that was me. Again, it was very few meals that I remember my mom making. Another one was spaghetti. Anybody loves spaghetti? So make sure you share this out, because I know somebody needs to hear this, what my message is about to share with you. Make sure you share this out. Because sharing is caring. If you don't know me, my name is Tanya. I live in Pennsylvania. But anyway, she would make spaghetti. And because of the fact that we didn't have a lot of money, she would buy the fattiest ground meat, that you could buy because of the fact that we didn't have a lot of money. But she thought she was doing a good thing because she was able to buy ground beef. And of course, those spaghetti noodles and probably the most sugary, disgusting marinara sauce, because she didn't know how to, like I said, she didn't know how to cook. She would buy that sauce that was just buy from the store and whatever. And butter bread, white butter bread, she would slather lots of butter on it and give it to me, and I would eat it. And my sister said to me one time, do you remember that greasy spaghetti that mom used to make for us? And I'm like, yeah, I ate it. I ate it because I didn't know what meal was going to come next. I ate everything. I ate leftovers. I ate probably more than one plate, and I became the fat kid growing up. And it probably didn't dawn on me or hit me until I think it was the summer before high school. I mean, mind you, I was the fat cheerleader. In middle school, I was a cheerleader because I knew all the cheers. I knew how to do the jumps. I knew everything because I was studying to be a cheerleader since I was a little, since they brought it to our town. So when I got into the middle school, of course I made it for cheerleading. I knew all the cheers. I knew everything. I knew everything. And my cousin, she was in high school at the time, when I was little, and she was a cheerleader. So of course I would practice with her. She even helped me, for my, when I went up to the high school, she even helped me do my, you had to create your own cheer. Anybody else cheerleader? You had to create your own cheer and you had to perform it in front of, the coaches. And she even helped me create my own cheer. And it was, thanks, Michelle. But yeah, I was still the fat cheerleader. And then, like I said, summer, right before high school, I was like, I don't want to be the fat girl anymore. I don't want to be fat anymore. And I went through, if you don't know me, I used to like hustle, make money, that kind of thing, because my mom was disabled since I was a very youngin. So I share this with you for a reason. Make sure you share this with somebody else because they need to hear this. So I decided to do everything possible. I bought myself Slim Fast. I started walking. I started running. I started doing all the things because I didn't want to be the fat girl anymore growing up. And I didn't want to be the fat girl in high school, and I didn't want to be made fun of. I didn't want to walk the hallways and, oh, here comes Tanya, here comes Tugboat, here comes, the names, And I figured it out, even though I was starving myself, I was doing Slim Fast, I was doing all the things that you're not supposed to be doing, except exercising. And then I played volleyball. I was the fat girl playing volleyball, but I had this serve that nobody could retrieve, and my coach called me Pistol Pete, and I decided that I was just going to I would just work out. I would work out. Still wasn't taught how to eat, I was still that person that didn't know how to eat, didn't know how to make meals, didn't know how, everything that I thought I was doing, I would like eat small little portions, but it was bad food. I would, that kind of thing. And I remember going to my friend's house growing up, and when I was the fat girl, growing up, I went to my friend's house and I ate so much. Like, the breakfast was so good because I never ate breakfast like that. And I just ate so much. And she might be on here watching this right now, her and her sister, but I just ate the eggs and I ate the toast, and it just tasted so good because I never tasted food like that. And I just ate. And I remember eating like that, and I ate like that because I never ate like that before. But that's what I would do. Anyone else? Can anybody else relate? But on top of that, I still, in my adult years, even while being pregnant with the twins, I did Weight Watchers, I did Nutrisystem, the Weight Watchers, I did end up losing some weight or whatever, and then gained it back. My mom died and I gained it back, and then I ended up gaining it back after she died, and then I found a place to play volleyball, and this is as an adult. I found a place to play volleyball, and then I sustained and was able to lose because I was playing, volleyball 3, 4, 5 times a week, or whenever I would try to find somewhere to play volleyball. But again, it was still eating bad food, still eating the wrong food. And then I joined a company 3 years ago that has changed my life. Like, literally. And I have fluctuated up and down. I gained weight over COVID. And 3 years ago, I said, this keto diet, it's a thing, but I don't understand it, because the littlest thing that I eat, if it's not keto, you don't lose weight. And I was like, what is wrong with this diet? This is a horrible diet. And then I found ketones, and they put your body in a state of ketosis. But that's not the only thing that I found. I found a community of people with this company, Prove It, that has showed me everything possible to not be the fat kid anymore, to not have that mentality, to not be that fat person anymore. And that's what I have been doing for the past 3 years. And I struggle every single day. I struggle every single day to make sure I'm putting the right thing in my body. I struggle every single day to make sure I drink my water. I struggle every single day to make sure that I don't not work out. I struggle every day. And this message is for you. If you struggle every day, just keep going. If you struggle with the education of what you are doing, like, are you eating the right things? What you should be eating? Like, I used to think that, Slim Fast bars were the best, or all this stuff. But then the seed oils that you see in these products are like the most horrible thing. I saw a video about Doritos. I love Doritos, but I never knew that it wasn't really food. Did you know Doritos really aren't food? I got to give it back to the food babe on Instagram. She will literally, I follow her. I follow her and Gabby Tuft. They will show you exactly what is in the food and then stop eating it because you're just dying. You're dying eating that food. Not a lot of people realize that. Not a lot of people do. And if you aren't learning or growing, you're dying. That's what Jim Rohn said. I listen to his podcast every single day. At least once a day. At least once at the gym. And if you aren't growing or learning, you're dying. And that's why I read. I'm reading this book, Winning. And then my wifey, Adriana, she gave me a book and brought it home by Trent Shelton. I forget the name of it. But I read 58 pages on the plane last night. But this is a message for you. If I was a fat kid growing up and I no longer wanted to be the fat kid and I did something about it, but it never was sustainable. But for the past 3 years, if you don't know my story, I lost 44 pounds in less than 4 months. And not only that, I started working out, I gained muscle, and not only that, I gained knowledge of what I should be putting in my body. There's certain fuel that you should put in your body, and there's certain fuel that you shouldn't put in your body. And I'm talking about water, food, vitamins, minerals, whatever it is, electrolytes. And if you're not sure, reach out to me. I'm still learning, but I've learned a lot over these 3 years. I appreciate you. Make sure you share this out, and I will talk to you soon.